one of the things that we all share in common is a longing in our hearts for peace and happiness. People search for peace in so many different directions, from so many different things in life, and many people don't end up being happy, and many people don't end up having peace. Some search for peace and happiness in relationships. They feel like if they can just find the right person, their soulmate, that it will meet most of their needs in their hearts and make them whole. But you see, the thing is, God never made us in a way to where another human being can meet all the spiritual needs of the heart. And when people think that a relationship is going to make them whole and meet those needs of the heart, they end up disappointed and disillusioned. Another area where people seek to find happiness and to find peace is in money, in possessions, and in their jobs. Jobs are a good thing, and making money is a part of God's plan for a person's life. But money and possessions and jobs, again, cannot meet those needs of the soul, spiritual needs of the heart. And when people pursue that as their ultimate peace, their ultimate happiness, their life will be like a roller coaster, up and down, because one's financial situation can change in a moment. A job situation can change in just a matter of days or weeks. And things that change a lot, like a financial situation or a job, there's going to be such instability in that person's life. Some listening to this may have so much pain in your life that you have turned to the abuse of prescription drugs and perhaps even alcohol to try to medicate the pain, the scars, the frustration, the disappointment in life. And you may be abusing things with an addiction, trying to find well-being, trying to find peace and some level of happiness and joy in your life. And you really know that you're not really taking care of the need of your heart, that it can never heal you. Addictions can never bring healing to the heart. You see, things from the outside, like relationships, jobs, money, possessions, and then the addictions that we give ourselves to, those things on the outside can never bring peace and happiness. There must be a change that occurs on the inside, and only the living God can bring that change about. You see, the greatest problem, the most fundamental problem every one of us have is that in our hearts, where we're looking for peace and happiness, in our hearts, we're sinful and we're guilty before God. There is no way a person can have true peace and true happiness as long as their conscience is not clean and clear and pure. There's no peace without a clear and clean conscience. And the greatest news, the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ, is that God, through Christ, is able to take care of the problem of our sin and our guilt. He's able to cleanse us, giving us a clear conscience, and the result is peace. Peace with God, the happiness of the Lord in one's life. And I wonder if there's anyone listening to this, if you were honest, that in life you're weary, you're empty, your heart is full of disappointment. And here's the message you need to hear. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Jesus promises rest. It's a rest of soul that comes through forgiveness, that comes through life and grace that only Jesus can give. In Hebrews 9:14, it mentions how through the blood of Christ, a person can have their heart, their conscience cleansed and cleared of the sin and guilt that all of us have within our hearts. And so the need today is to come to Christ, not trying dead religion, not just turning over a new leaf, not changing a bad habit. The need is to come to the living person of Jesus Christ Himself, and He alone can give you rest. And the need is to come to Him today, to come to Him now. You come as you are. You come to Jesus Christ, owning your sin, owning your brokenness, owning your guilt, taking full responsibility for it, not blaming others, and crying out to God to have mercy upon you, because God is a God of mercy. He's shown that grace and mercy through the life of Christ, the death of Christ, the bloody death of Christ upon the cross, the resurrection of Christ, and the ascension of Christ to the right hand of God. Come as you are, believing in Jesus, repenting and turning from things that are empty, turning from sin, turning from self, casting yourself upon the mercy of God in Jesus Christ.